Welcome everybody. This is Heroes and Brews with Nerdy Dudes. We are your friendly neighborhood Beeroes. My name is Ty. Across the internet is Kev. And just 5 minutes ago, we saw on the news, because we were confused to what we wanted to do as another topic, and Instagram, like a god, threw light on this topic and said Warner Brothers is trying to move forward with the new DCEU. The mess continues. It's been, Kev, we've been doing this for how long? 4 years? On and off. And we've always had a DCEU State of the Union.
Yeah,
And
I
it
know.
always has been a messy ride since the beginning. And it only gets, hopefully, not messier, but probably messier.
I, I don't even know what to think, man. I told you, dude, with this Snyder Cut announcement, I said if it goes over well, I wonder if they'll just push forward with it. I don't know, and it sounds like it could happen.
Yeah.
And I said if they do it, I'm all for it. I'm
They-
all for it.
You know, they had success. Shazam, Wonder Woman, Joker. I personally did like Aquaman. I know a lot of people did. It wasn't really well received to too many people that I know.
Made $1
but-
billion. Though.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. It was enjoyable. I thought it was
I
fun.
enjoyed that movie.
Yeah. So they've had success now with these characters. They didn't just, the stupid thing was jumping right into a Justice League. That was dumb. But, maybe it wasn't, because when the Snyder Cut comes out next May, maybe it would have been great. We'll have to see. But Kev, what are your thoughts on what the future of the DCEU should be? The new DCEU.
Wow. I am really excited for this. I really hope this happens. Where do I begin, man? I mean, it's just so crazy. It's just like, what a roller coaster ride this has been.
I think the main topic to start off would be Batman. What do you do with Batman? You have Robert Pattinson, maybe Ben Affleck, because there was talk about bringing him back with Joe Manganiello and Jared Leto with Joker and Deathstroke, and doing a little, what was like a mini-series kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the new one of the newest rumors amongst thousands of others. I think that's a really cool idea. I know there's been past episodes that you and I have discussed that I always said Batman would really lend himself well to television.
Yes.
And with HBO Max, and if you were to announce that you were doing a Ben Affleck Batman miniseries, like an 8-part series or something like that, and whether you use Ben Affleck's script that he intended for his movie, or you come up with something completely new, or take pieces of it, whatever you want to do, I would be so pumped for that. So many people would be. It's so funny that so many people didn't want Ben Affleck, and then they saw him in Batman v Superman, and then now all of a sudden all they want is Ben Affleck. It's just, that's the way of the world. But I would love to see what Ben wanted to do. I would like, we're intelligent human beings, most of us, and I think that if you were to do a Batman miniseries on HBO Max, and then you had a Matt Reeves theatrical Batman movie that took place in its own universe, I think we could tell the difference. And as a comic book fan and as a Batman fan, the more content, the better. Why would I care? Like, if someone's actually like, this is really confusing and I don't think I can do this, like, I don't know what to tell you, because that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, but if you're a comic book fan, you shouldn't take this as confusing, because if you've been able to follow DC in its the 52, new 52,
Rebirth.
its original, Rebirth, its original freaking storylines. It's had so many different arcs and webs through the multiverse, and so many different Batmans and Supermen, that if you can't grasp having two different Batmen having a miniseries and a movie at the same time, I don't know what to tell you. You're not a comic book fan, and you're just, hating to hate at that point.
Yeah, and I think, and the thing is, what Marvel has done with their cinematic universe has made people who don't read comic books all of a sudden fans of comic book lore. And I don't know, I'd be curious to see like the amount of people that go and see these superhero films do they then turn to comic books at that point, or is it still just I go to see the movies? I would love to see like that on that because I'm a
I
nerd.
I think it doesn't go past the movies because there's a lot of films that come from books. I just go see the movie. I don't go
Sure,
back and read the books.
sure.
I just like reading comic books because I've always been a fan. So that's why I keep up with, the Rebirth stuff and the New 52 and everything like that. But I don't think people who watch the Marvel films, who enjoy it just for the films and got brought in by the films, I don't think they go back and read the comics.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'd be curious to know, and I think I'm right. I agree with you. I highly doubt that people will actually take the time to go read the any comic books. Not even if it's based off or there's elements in the movie that are from a specific comic book or a comic book series. I doubt they do that. But and the thing is, I don't. We don't need a multiverse to explain everything. Matt Reeves is doing his Batman story, just like Christopher Nolan did his, just like Tim Burton did his, and Joel Schumacher did his. But so give us that. Give us your version of Batman, and then you can continue with the Snyder version of Batman, and then everybody's happy. I don't think you need a multiverse to be like, well, this is Batman on Earth 75. I don't need that. Just this is Matt Reeves' take on Batman, and this is his trilogy or whatever he wants to do. And then if DC wants to continue with the Ben Affleck Batman, cool. Then we also have that as well. I'm super pumped. I really hope this happens. And I think with Marvel and how you don't hear much buzz with them anymore, or you haven't for a while. I mean, I think if things were different and we got to go see Black Widow in theaters, maybe that buzz would, or that resurgence with Marvel would like kind of explode again.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like now is a time where Warner Brothers DC needs a hit.
Yes.
They need to
hit hard.
Take advantage of this.
Yeah.
Hit hard, thank you, whatever. And just go for it, man. I mean, this is the time. This is the time to shine right now.
I agree. And it's my question for you next would be with the new DCEU, right?
Okay.
Do you go forward with the Snyderverse as the new DCEU? Keep it the old DCEU, but it's the new DCEU? Because Wonder Woman was great. That was part of the Snyderverse. Like I said, I loved Aquaman, part of the Snyderverse. Shazam is also supposed to be part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got Henry Cavill coming back as a part-timer. And then if you could intertwine that miniseries, Ben Affleck Batman into that, I think you just roll forward with it. Do what you wanted. It'll be a little confusing because do you go based off the Snyder Cut or do you go based off the original Justice League as your lore, or do you just take that piece out, just the Justice League piece out, and just move forward with what you have now?
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I would remove the Justice League movie, which I really don't think anybody would be too upset. I mean, I'm sure there's some people that, thought, hey, this is a fun movie. It's a movie. You know what I mean? Like, not good or bad. It's just
a movie.
It exists and it's there. And, but I say just remove that. Let Zack Snyder tell his story, and just continue with the rest of the cast. I know there was that Ezra Miller situation that no one has really talked about with the, have you seen the video?
Yeah, like this girl was saying, what do you like, beat me up in a joking way? Then he choked her, and the guy cut off the camera instantly. He's like, what are you doing? And cut off the camera or something like that.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, it's weird that Warner Brothers or Ezra Miller or anybody hasn't come out with that whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, so I don't know. But anyways, so if Ezra Miller comes back, cool. If not, but if you would have just move forward, release Zack Snyder's Justice League next year. And then I think it'd be really cool if you did this little spin-off series with Ben, HBO Max, give Ben Affleck money to do a mini series of just Batman. You know what I mean? I think like an 8-episode series or something like that, and let Batman just have a Batman story. Everyone loves Batman, and so I think if you want to make it a film, I don't know, but I think if you're going to separate from what Matt Reeves is doing, let Matt Reeves obviously do his theatrical version of Batman, do an HBO Max miniseries, release an episode a week, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then you tell your DCEU Batman story, and then from there, I don't know, you just do whatever. But why not continue with it?
You know what I say? I think I'm biased here, obviously, 100% biased. With the success of Arrow and bringing the CW Arrowverse into play, you bring my boy Oliver Queen into the DCEU and have him kick ass. Give himself a solo film of Oliver Queen. Um, Make the Green Arrow come to life in the DCEU and bring people to those seats who loved Arrow because you know they will go see that freaking movie.
I don't know how the Arrow series ended though. I mean, you know me. I watched season 1, 2, 3, and maybe 4, and then I was like, I can't do it anymore. So what's happening? Didn't he die?
Yeah,
he did. Okay.
but don't bring Stephen Amell in. I'm saying bring Oliver Queen into the DCEU.
Okay, so just have
cast new, brand new, fresh slate. Oliver Queen, Green Arrow, in because that would make for a fantastic movie.
I think you know what, man, and if you were to do a Ben Affleck Batman miniseries, and if it were to be fleshed out in say 8 to 10 episodes, I don't know, you could probably introduce Oliver Queen in that. I think that'd be pretty cool because I feel like Batman and Green Arrow, you know, they work well together. So I think, and if you had like the series where at the end those two are fighting Deathstroke, how sick would that be?
That'd be. I'm already getting pumped up.
Batman and Deathstroke going hand to hand, and you got Green Arrow up top, like Batman trying to get like Deathstroke in range, and like how sick would that be? Like introduce the Green Arrow in that. I think that'd be pretty cool. And what would be cool is because you have an older Bruce Wayne, introduce Oliver Queen. I mean, you could do an older Oliver Queen, like, and say, hey, Oliver Queen's always been here.
Yeah.
He's always been here, and him and Bruce have been friends for a while, and have him in the series. I think that'd be cool.
See, I would personally like an origin story because there's a lot of origin stories for Oliver Queen, to how he became, from rich playboy to, social justice vigilante. And one that sticks out is that, obviously rich playboy, he's on a boat, he gets thrown over, and he, practiced archery while he was rich, and he goes upon the island where, I believe it's Shadow who is on the island as well with the drug trade, and he fights, he sees, all these workers that are slaves being held against their will, and he goes and liberates them, which is the start of his, his journey. And I think that would be a cool thing to capture on a big screen or with a miniseries of their own.
That's very true. Hey, and if they did that, I would see it. I mean, why not? I think you could do either or. I think, I absolutely love the CW origin story of Arrow.
Yeah.
I think season 1 and 2 are fantastic. And if you have not seen those, watch those because those are awesome.
Yeah.
And I would even think it'd be cool to like, in the Dark Knight Returns, remember where Batman and Superman face off, and you have Green Arrow, and he's like missing an arm.
Missing arm. He got the kryptonite arrow, firing upside down.
Huge beard and like this long hair, and he's like looks like a homeless guy. I would even be stoked to see that in something too. Like just like, all of a sudden like Bruce is like, I'm gonna call my friend Oliver, and they've known each other for years. Fans be like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, there's so many possibilities. So yeah, man, I'm stoked for this. This is nothing but good news.
Yes.
Nothing but positive news. And let's keep the positive news going.
I have one last question for you on this.
Lay it on.
In the new DCEU, which character would you love to see get brought in? Fresh. Yeah, like fresh new character brought in. Don't cast it, but who would you want to see in the new DCEU?
Man. Someone like out of the box or someone that I've been wanting to see for a while?
Either one.
It's got to be Green Lantern.
Yeah.
It has to be Green Lantern. I think it's a shame, man. I want it so bad for that Ryan Reynolds movie to be better than what it was.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they did too. And it just sucks. But, and I know Zack Snyder had plans to introduce him So introduce Hal Jordan. And then have a spinoff from Hal Jordan, and then introduce Jon Stewart or anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I think it has to be Green Lantern because I want to see the classic Justice League, and I do want to see Martian Manhunter as well.
See, I would love to see Martian Manhunter have his own movie. You know,
really,
maybe not Hawkman or Hawkwoman. I'm not a fan of them.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm trying to think who else I would like to see. Teen Titans, I would love to see live action. I know we have Titans, but like the classic Teen Titans, you know, not like the earthly grounded Teen Titans that we have in Titans, but an actual like Teen Titans with Starfire flying around all the time. You know, happy-go-lucky. You know, kisses people to learn their language. That kind of Starfire. Kid Flash just run around. I don't know. I would be cool. I would love to see a Teen Titans like that. Beast Boy, you know, fun, exciting, joking around. Not the one that's just turns into a lion all the time and is all kind of gritty and stuff. I want to see a fun-loving Teen Titans movie. That's what I want to see.
I think I would love that too. In a way, I think the Teen Titans. I don't obviously the Titans that's on the DC universe fits more into what they were doing with the DCEU.
Yes.
But the Titans. So give it more of a, and I'm sorry to say it, but like more of a Marvel vibe.
Yeah, like a Guardians vibe.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, man. If they announce this stuff, of course I'm going to be stoked. I've been wanting this for a while. I've been wanting DC to really like showcase their characters and how strong their characters are. I mean, gosh, man, they have Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. And
the Trinity, baby.
Yeah, like the Trinity. Like, it's just a shame that they haven't been able to execute the way that they probably were hoping they would.
And they can. Like, look at their animated movies. They're freaking fantastic.
I know.
Their stories and everything behind them are awesome. It's just like translate that. Translate what you have in your animated films onto the big screen in live action. That's all you need.
It's just mind-blowing that they haven't really been able to find writers or directors or what to execute these films in a way where they're well received by fans and well received by critics. It's really, really mind-blowing. And I think that maybe they got a hold on things. I think when they were trying to incorporate like Jeff Johns, and he's a comic book writer, and they try to bring him into the movie universe and do it. Obviously it wasn't successful.
Yeah.
So comic books, film, and all this, these are all different mediums, and sometimes an individual who works in one can't branch out into others.
Exactly.
And that's okay. But there's so many talented writers out there that it's just been really mind-blowing why they haven't been able to be as successful as we would hope and they would hope. But in saying that, you know, their last few slate of films have proven that they can do it. So
yeah,
I'm excited, dude. I'm really excited. I really hope this happens, man.
I know, so do I. But let us know your thoughts. Make sure to comment below what you want from a new DCEU. Who do you want to see in this new DCEU? Do you want it to be the Snyderverse? So the old DCEU being the new DCEU. Like I said, give us your thoughts in those comments, right? Subscribe, like, all that fun stuff. And as always, thank you for watching. Drink some Hazy Summer Love. Sorry. And
Pick it up.
cheers.
Cheers.